When I started to buy Laserdiscs in the early 90s, I couldn't help but noticing some markers at the back of the sleeves. In addition to the Dolby Surround and Laserdisc logo, you had markings like this. Can you see it? Down to the right. It looks like a Q, closed captioned. Here's another one, CC, closed captioned. And this one says it all, closed captioned for the hearing impaired. But what did that mean? Well, you're going to need something like this. This is a closed caption decoder, and you insert this between your Laserdisc and TV set, and it decodes the subtitles, the closed captions, on your Laserdisc and displays them on your TV in sync with the picture, of course. And if I'd had one of these in the early to mid 90s, watching Laserdiscs with some of my friends and family would have been a little less challenging for those not super fluent in English. Almost 95% of all Laserdiscs we bought in the early 90s were NTSC US Laserdiscs. So let's find out how this works today and how it operates and everything. So let's go. At the back you have composite video ins and outs and Super VHS ins and outs. But you can't use this as a converter. If you're going for the composite video in, you have to use the composite video out. The same goes for the Super VHS. You also have a VGA out and a component video out. If you want to display your closed captions that way, you can also use the RS-232 port to program the units. At the front, it's very simple. You pick out your desired inputs, you choose to have the captions displayed or not, and you can also set those VGA or component video outs. And this is how it works. I go out of the Laserdisc's composite video out and into the decoder's composite video in, and out of here and into my TV. And that's it. Now let's put on a Laserdisc that has closed captions encoded onto the disc. This is of course the Goonies, having its 40 years anniversary coming up any day now. And as long as the disc is encoded with closed captions, they will be displayed now through the decoding unit, the closed captioned decoder. And as you can see, it works perfectly. Shooting my TV set through the lens of my camera renders this pretty unwatchable. Of course, it's a lot better in real life than you're seeing it right here. In this internet age, it would seem that the captions are screaming at you, all big caps, but hey, nothing we can do about that now. It was how it was. And if you're curious now how this works, the technical side of it, well, there are some videos online that you can watch that explains this in great detail. But this is a digital data stream, and for all types of NTSC programming, captions are encoded into line 21 of the vertical blanking interval, a part of the TV picture that sits just above the visible portion and is usually unseen. The picture on a Laserdisc is analog, so having a digital data stream baked into it, well, it's pretty awesome, and this is 70s technology actually. And this works for VHS as well. You can have closed captions coming out of a VHS tape, just as on this Laserdisc here. In Europe, where I lived, in the PAL land, we used things a little bit differently. We used Teletext, but that's something for another video. Here is my 4K projector setup, and here I've set up the decoder between my Laserdisc and my RetroTink 4K scaler. So now when I'm having friends over and we're watching old Laserdiscs in my 4K home cinema room, we can have captions on them as well if we want to. Now with a scaler like the RetroTink 4K and some work on the profile, the settings, parameters, you can have a pretty good decent picture coming out of Laserdiscs even in 2025 projected onto the big screen. As I said in the beginning, almost all the Laserdiscs we bought in the early 90s in Europe, they were NTSC discs, and as such we didn't have any subtitles on them. We just didn't know about decoders like this. If we did, we would have gotten them, and Laserdiscs would have been more popular than they were. And with the rise of DVDs around 1996 with subtitles on them, the need for captions slowly faded out, but you still have captions on DVDs if you check out those NTSC discs. You can see the logo saying those discs are encoded with closed captions. Well, for all practical purposes, back in the 90s, having one of these was the way to get subtitles on your TV when watching Laserdiscs. I think that in the US around 93 and 94, all TV sets had to have CC decoders inside them, so you would no longer need a box like this. But for us in Europe, things were a little bit different. Almost all the Laserdiscs we bought were NTSC US discs, and as such, having a box like this would really have made a difference to a lot of people watching Laserdiscs back then. As always, I'm Espen Croft. Thanks for watching 5 minutes of retro, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.